This is Wicked Rhody, a wicked good podcast about Rhode Island events and life. Hey everybody and welcome. My name's Mary Larson.
And I'm Ben DeCastro. Thank you so much for tuning in, downloading, subscribing, checking your notifications. However you get notified that it's Thursday, welcome to Thursday, and thank you for being part of it. Mary,
yes.
This would typically be the Thursday that is Thanksgiving, but we had Thanksgiving a week early.
Yep.
I am 100% on board with having turkey all over again, the whole meal. Just let's do it all over again. Let's mulligan.
I agree.
I'm down with it. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was amazing. It was fun and it was easy. We of course do a potluck and fry a turkey, so it's cooked rather quickly. So we had a blast, but I agree with you. I kind of feel like I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing right now. I feel like I'm supposed to be celebrating Thanksgiving, so I too might just have to have a second Thanksgiving dinner.
Well, I'm curious because, we talked about this. Your mom had a wonderful display there over at CCRI on Friday and Saturday. We came and visited, and it seemed like you guys had great crowds there at the whole
craft fair,
show.
yes.
Yeah, that was great. But it seemed like a lot of like the typical retailers, like the Walmarts, the Targets, the Best Buys, they weren't as crazy as they've been on Black Fridays in the past, and I wasn't sure if it had to do with the cold and weather. Because it was cold last weekend.
It was so cold, yeah.
They had a bunch of, football games canceled. Well, postponed, rather, which I was kind of shocked because it's like, well, this is a 100-year tradition right down the tubes because it's cold. But nevertheless, they did. And I'm curious if it's because of that or has the new Black Friday weekend or shopping weekend, are people getting an early jump on it? And the new crazy weekend is Veterans Day weekend, because I had heard that there was insane amounts of traffic on Veterans Day weekend at various shops all across the country.
Wow. I mean, I wasn't particularly going for any of the big sales that weekend, but I'd believe it. If I was a retailer who did not do well, though, this Black Friday, I would start thinking up a game plan for pretend Black Friday. Because if I didn't get it Veterans Day, and then if last weekend it was too cold, people were bundled up, didn't want to move out of their house, or they were just thrown off by the fact that it was an early Thanksgiving, I myself might be doing something different. Maybe I would have another pretend Black Friday sale this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, I think Home Depot and the different, big outdoor home stops as far as Lowe's, Home Depot, and them. I mean, they have they call it the Spring Black Friday events, which is some point in the spring where they promote obviously cleaning up the outside and getting your lawn ready and everything. But I'm just curious. It didn't seem like it was a big shock where people were saying "Oh my goodness, we've lost all this business," and so that leads me to think that potentially they did business earlier in the month, and now it's just leveled off now. So who knows? But regardless, we are now less than a month away from Christmas.
Yes.
And Hanukkah, even closer to Hanukkah.
Hanukkah's going to be here next week?
Yeah. So get out the candles, get the menorahs, get your latke recipes ready, because it is going to be all sorts of craziness. Your kids are in different schools.
Yes.
Do they do celebrations or any kind of educational points around Hanukkah?
The preschool that my daughter goes to does.
Okay.
But minimally. So, of course, both of my kids go to different schools. My son is in a public elementary school. My daughter is in a private preschool. So the preschool, she's able to. The public elementary school, they aren't really doing any kind of celebration. I don't know if they talk about any of the holidays that some of the students are talking about. Obviously, the kids will talk about it on their own at recess and everything. But even with Halloween, they weren't allowed to dress up. So I think they're just trying to be careful of different kids' beliefs and everything. But part of me feels a little sad. I feel like it was such a big fun thing to do, especially in elementary school, getting to go and have all the different festivities. So I don't know. We'll see how my daughter, I assume we'll have a lot of fun with my 3-year-old, but my 5-year-old won't be having too much going on at his school.
Well, that's okay. If he doesn't have it going on at the school, I'm sure you guys will be making up for it at home and all the different activities that are going on, many of which we have listed right here. So if you tuned in while you're on the road, working, getting errands done, just listen and enjoy the episode. If you hear something that piques your interest, don't worry. We've taken all the notes for you. We'll have them over on the show notes, which you can find on the website, wickedrodypodcast.com. All right, Mary Larson, what do we have for Wicked Interesting Pick of the Week?
This is something that we've been talking about, gosh, how long? Maybe a year? Maybe a year. The Roger Williams Park Zoo has opened a brand new exhibit. Opening day is tomorrow, Friday,
it's open.
November 30th. It is going to be open. This is gorgeous. If you have been to the zoo recently, you've been able to see all of the construction that they've got going on, and this is going to be their Tropical America exhibit. It's permanently there now, this beautiful rainforest exhibit space. So it's been going on.
You said rain sporist.
Rain sporist? Oh,
I like it. I think that's
spores.
All the spores in the rain. I love it. I think it's a sporist.
My goodness.
That sounds like something somebody studies in college. What do you do? My dad's a sporist. He checks your spores. Anyway.
Oh my goodness gracious.
As you were saying.
Yes. Tons of new animals are going to be there. All sorts of different creatures, as well as a new home for some of the favorites like the giant anteater, the flamingos. So you really are going to be able to want to check this out. If you're a member of the zoo, you do have some VIP access going on this weekend. They're going to be opening it up nice and early on Saturday at 9 and Sunday at 9 for members only. And then the general public get to come on in. But seriously, you need to go and see this yourself. This is not just for the kids. I actually want to go without my children. I love my children, but I want to soak it all in and see this exhibit for myself without having to run with them all over the place. So yeah, check it out. Roger Williams Park Zoo. It may be cold outside, but this exhibit is indoors.
All right. I like it. I mean, we talked about it during the Jacqueline and Spectacular. We were waiting for this to open up. So now it's open. So you should all definitely go. I like it. Well, that's the Wicked Interesting Pick of the Week, ladies and gentlemen. And here, now, it's the Wicked Fun in the 401. Well, the holidays are duly upon us, ladies and gentlemen, and that means it's time for you to start thinking about some great local gifts so you can purchase. And don't worry, we have plenty of options for you. Beginning with this event, the Rhode Island Authors Expo returns to the roads on the Patuxent for its 6th year. Literally, you can meet hundreds of local authors who are all part of the Association of Rhode Island Authors, which is known as ARIA.
Ooh.
There will be free parking, free admission, and free writing panels. Maybe you want to be an author, but you're not one yet. There's even more of a reason for you to go right there, because you will get to meet people who live locally, who have done it locally, who have done it nationally. It's awesome. You can get pictures taken with Santa Claus. Santa will be taking photos with the author's books, which is always a wonderful thing. They'll have many, many different raffles. And, if you're buying a book for somebody from the author directly, they can sign it, which makes the gift even that much more special. So that's happening on Saturday at the Roads on Patuxent. It starts at 10 a.m., goes till 5 p.m. Of course, the Roads on Patuxent, is a massive location, plenty of room, loaded with authors and all sorts of great stuff. That is happening on Saturday. Mary, what you got?
On Sunday from 12 to 2, if your stomach's grumbling and you want to do something a little bit different, I highly recommend that you go to Massimo's. So Massimo's is going to be having their drag holiday brunch. The first Sunday of every single month, they have a drag brunch. But this one, of course, is going to be super fancy because it's the holiday drag brunch. So you're going to be able to have some glitz, some glam, and of course, some Yuletide fun with a side of brunch. So I highly recommend you check it out. Massimo, of course, is on Atwells Ave in Providence. So hopefully you can go out to this one. I mean, if you're someone like me who loves the holidays, loves brunch, and loves drag shows, this is the event for you.
Well, there you go. That's on Sunday, 12 to 2?
Yes.
Fantastic. Fantastic. The Festival of Lights. I keep hearing in my head is Hanukkah is the Festival of Lights.
You do a good impersonation.
Adam Sandler.
You got it.
Yeah, he was great for that. What was it, Billy Madison?
Mm-hmm.
Every movie after that was kind of like,
Yes.
Then he just started phoning it in. But that's not why you tuned in, ladies and gentlemen. You tuned in to learn about the Festival of Lights happening down in Narragansett, hosted by the Narragansett Parks and Rec Department and the Towers. Wonderful location. It's Narragansett's favorite holiday tradition with fun for the whole family. Santa is going to be insanely busy this weekend because he'll be down there. I mean, it's just he's everywhere. He's like MasterCard, everywhere you want to be. Santa himself will be down there in a horse-drawn carriage.
Fancy. Taking it old school.
Yeah, rides. They'll have magical magicians, face painting. Not just magicians. They'll have magic magicians. Magical magicians. And they'll have, of course, in the Towers gift shop, they'll have all sorts of great stuff you can get there. They'll have music. And it goes all day long. It's, like I said, it's from 10 a.m. to 4:45 p.m. down there in Narragansett. Of course, there's lots of great restaurants down there you can hit up as well while you're down there. Maybe the Coast Guard House, maybe Turtle Soup, or any of the ones that are all up and down that whole drive over there, or just in the South County area. The activities are sponsored in part by the Narragansett Parks and Rec and the Friends of the Towers. And here's what they're asking. Can you bring one new unwrapped toy for the Narragansett Housing Authority? That would be very, very much appreciated by them. It is happening on Sunday from 10 a.m. to 4:45 p.m.
Nice.
Check that out. Yes. Festival of Lights.
So if you are free Saturday evening from about 5 to 6:30, I highly recommend you head on down to East Greenwich. They're going to be having their first holiday parade right on Main Street, and the Extraordinary Rendition Band's one of my favorite bands here in the state. It's a fun, funky marching band. They're going to be bringing the holiday cheer right to the streets of East Greenwich. And just like you were saying about Narragansett, another great place, wonderful restaurants, great little shops. So if you two are thrown off by the fact that Thanksgiving came a little early and you want to do some shopping or just really kind of kick off the holiday season, this is a great event to go to. It's also early enough that if you do have little ones in tow, you could bring them to that as well, because once again, it's only 5 to 6:30, a nice, short, fun parade happening right on Main Street in East Greenwich.
And that's the first one they're ever doing.
Yeah. So hopefully it's a huge success.
You could start a tradition when they start the tradition. Be part of every one. 50 years from now, you can tell your kids, I was at the first one and I'm at the 50th. So now how are you going to act?
I love it. I love it. It's like those guys who go to all the Super Bowls and they're like, I remember when. You could be that person.
The Super Bowls were much cheaper and colder.
Yes.
And Beyonce didn't play at halftime. Speaking of Beyonce, going on a first date, an anniversary, or just looking for a little something to create a spark? I don't know why Beyonce would be tied into that
I just find Beyonce to be a hot tamale. So I feel like, she's sassy, she's sexy. That's what I think about for a date night. I want to look like Beyonce. I want someone to sing at me like a Beyonce song. I got you where you're going. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
All right.
Beyonce's romantic is what you're getting at. Beyonce's wicked romantic.
Well, yeah, it's just everybody has their own choices in life. I'll tell you who else is very, very talented.
Do tell.
Emily Luther coming in concert. She's just like Beyonce. Coming in concert, a live dinner show at Savini's Pomodoro in Woonsocket. They're on Rathburn Street. It is happening next Thursday. Now, I realize what you're saying. What you think, Ben? This should be next week. Well, I'm giving you a heads up because if you want to take out a date or have a great night, you need to get the tickets now. They are on sale, and it's going to be a wonderful evening. The show starts at 6 p.m. You can go get a 4-course meal and the show for only $60 a person.
Nice.
Emily is incredibly talented. She's got a wonderful voice, has a great band backing her up, and it's just, it's one of those, she's one of those artists that really can transcend all the different generations. Generations. Just the different styles and the different, she has a very, very eclectic mix to her voice where she could sing some of the old school and really, traditional stuff, and she can bring it with the new stuff. I mean, she really does have a lot of versatility in her voice. Versatility or versatility?
Hey, potato, patata. You get to choose.
I like it. There you go. Well, at Pomodoros, it's tomatoes and tomatoes. It'll be a wonderful dinner, 4-course meal, and a show with Emily Luther and her band. It's going to be awesome. That is happening on Thursday, December 6th, 6 p.m. Get your tickets now. Just like a cold shower, here's our wicked family-friendly event.
That just came in hard and loud. My goodness. You know what it's like? It's like when you go on a date night and and it's all nice and cozy, and then you get woken up at 5 a.m. by the kids jumping on your bed. And they're like, don't forget about us. Yes. Speaking of jumping, my cat's jumping on me. That music is perfect for my life.
And the cat heard the clarinet and said, "What? Is that my call?"
Yes.
Hello?
Oh my goodness.
I'm here. You need me?
Speaking of clarinet, clarinet is an instrument that you might hear or see in a parade. So we talked earlier about the different kind of holiday stuff that you can be seeing. I don't want you to forget that Smithfield has a nighttime all lit up Christmas parade. So if you're someone who likes to drive around, I know, Ben, you and your wife were driving around and you got to see some amazing Christmas decorations lit up.
Yes,
I saw that was it on Facebook Live that you were able to do that?
Yeah, yes it is. There's a very special lighting that happens in the north end of Warren every year. If you know what I'm talking about, you know where it is. It's an amazing display. Literally watch the guy's meter almost spin off his house once he threw the switch. But where is this one happening? This one's happening in the northern part of the state.
Yes, Smithfield. It's their all-lit-up Christmas parade. It's happening Saturday about 4 p.m. is when it's going to start. The parade route begins at the Smithfield Senior Center, and it's going to end at the Village Green. Obviously, you head to Smithfield. This is going to be a big deal, so you just follow the traffic. There's going to be a visit, of course, from Santa and Mrs. Claus. There will be bands, choirs, all different types of groups are going to be performing. So this is a great event. If you are someone who does like to drive, see the holiday decor, and make sure you're bundled up, though, because it is going to be at night since they want to make sure those lights can shine. So that is the wicked family-friendly pick of the week.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. No matter where you are in Rhode Island, you're never more than 18 and a half miles from either Massachusetts or Connecticut. So we got an event here that's just over the border. As a matter of fact, right over the border in Swansea, Massachusetts.
Swansea.
It is going to be a free photo opportunity, free photos with Santa at Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses in Swansea on Saturday, December 1st from 11 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Mary, this is not a Polaroid photo. Okay,
break it down for me.
We could tell Outcast that there's no need to shake it like a Polaroid picture because it is a real photo, a high-quality photo from Blue Flash Photography, and of course, you can get the links to download the photo, once again, for free.
Love.
Free.
Love.
Compliments of Nairobi over there at Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses. It will be happening this Saturday from 11 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. in Swansea. Santa will be there. And you can bring your family. You can bring your friends. You can bring your well-behaved pets. Let's have a little review of what a well-behaved pet is.
Break it on down.
Okay. If your dog randomly attacks people, not well-behaved.
No.
If your dog has no control over its constitution.
Ooh,
right?
That's a word. Yep.
There you go.
I know what you're going at.
Or its ability to cross his legs or her legs. Gender not being gender
specific, yeah.
Yeah. probably not the place. A well-behaved dog is a dog that can walk in, even a service pet, or just a great family pet that can handle the being in the showroom for a little bit and take a wonderful photo with Santa. You're more than welcome to do that. Well-behaved pets are welcome. But please, as always, be sure to have the leash there, have all the supplies you need, just in case something happens.
Yeah.
But it's happening on Saturday from 11 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Next Saturday, just so you know, they'll be in West Warwick, and next Sunday they'll be in New Hampshire at the Seabrook location in New Hampshire at the Cardi's locations. All these events are free, compliments Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses. And they want me to remind you that Toys for Tots is going on now through December 24th. Bring a new or like-new unwrapped toy to any Cardi's Furniture location, and they'll help get it to the kids who need it, thanks to the help of the Marines, and Operation Rovac, which means Remember Our Vets at Christmas. Tony DeJesus and all the wonderful people there at Blue Blug Solutions, they do a great job. And if you got new socks, new clothing, warm gloves, hats, whatever for adults, primarily males, but they do need stuff for females as well. They give it to the veterans who maybe get a little overlooked at the holiday season over at the Veterans Home in Rhode Island. Wonderful organization there at Big Blue Bug Solutions. Cardi's Furniture, of course. Everybody pitches in over there with the U.S. Marines Toys for Tots. Check that out. That's happening. The free photo with Santa at Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses in Swansea on Saturday, December 1st from 11 to 4:30 p.m. It's free!
Free.
All right, folks, as we said at the beginning, everything we talked about today can be found on our website, Wicked Rhody Podcast.
Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, whether you're on the website. We're all over the place, guys. We're all over the web. You could find us. All you need to do is search for Wicked Rhody.
And if you want information on advertising or sponsorship information, you can just email us, wickedroadypodcast@gmail.com.
Until next time, folks, my name's Mary Larson.
And I'm Ben DeCastro. Thank you so much for joining us.
We'll have more for you next Thursday.
Music fade out. I just keep reading things, Mary.